The Cornel West smears continue as independent liberal media parrot MSNBC and CNN. In this video, we're going to look at an independent media veteran who's used his platform to produce an op-ed that smears Dr. Cornel West and says anyone that votes for Cornel West is wasting their votes. But before we do that, my name is Tim Black. If you're new to the channel and you are following Dr. Cornel West's run, you need to subscribe now because I'm a Cornel West supporter. I believe in Dr. Cornel West, and not only that, I believe that his candidacy will be the most transformational candidacy in the last 50 years, and that includes Obama. And with that, the man's name is Thom Hartmann. And Thom Hartmann has been around since I started, I've seen this guy. So Thom Hartmann, who's also interviewed Cornel West before, he put out an op-ed at Raw Story. Why you shouldn't throw your vote away on Cornel West or any other third-party candidate. That's right, folks. Voting for anybody other than Biden is a waste of time. Who needs to build third-party candidates anyway? We don't need any more than one party cut in half. The left wing and the right wing. We don't need more than that. Why would we want more parties and more democracy in our elections? I don't even got to read the article, man. This is perfect. I agree. But I'm going to read the article anyway because, well, that's what we're here to do. It starts off, he starts condescending to progressive people who believe that they should be able to vote for whoever they want. He says one of the most fashionable statements these days among progressive-leaning voters who pretend to great political insight is, I want to vote for the person I like the most, not some party or candidate that I only half agree with. Its corollary is you're just trying to get me to vote Democrat because you support that party's corruption. I won't be intimidated. I'm going to vote for the best person to run the country. Often these types of statements are followed by people in France and Israel can vote for any of the dozen parties if nobody complains that they're throwing away their vote. This is America. We're even better, so I should be able to vote for anybody I want. Some people pushing this line simply don't understand the difference between the political systems of France, Israel, and the U.S. Here we go. Thom Hartmann is going to take us down history. He's going to teach us that our country sucks. Our electoral process, particularly, is garbage. We already know that, Tom. But what I want to get to is the underlying reason why Thom Hartmann felt necessary to write this article. Now, the people that listen to the Thom Hartmann show are the middle of the road, vote any blue, anywho type Democrats. Thom Hartmann is not a revolutionary. He's more of an incrementalist. An incrementalist with a whole lot of words and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, it's going to end up being stay doing what you're doing. We're slowly getting there. Whoever the vote blue any person who it is, as long as it's not a Republican, we're good. I wonder what Thom Hartmann said when Bill Clinton was writing those 3 strike laws. When he was coming up with all that help from Joe Biden, writing those all that high drug-related type punitive punishments. I wonder what Tom was saying then, because he's been around since then. I wonder what he was saying against the establishment. I wonder how vocal Thom Hartmann was against Obama when Obama was in office. These are questions. I haven't researched it. But I got a feeling we're going to find out that Thom Hartmann was not the most vocal critic. I'm just assuming. I'm sure Tom thought it was mean that Obama was doing all those drone attacks and throwing black people under the bus, and instead of helping black people, he was telling them to pull their pants up after we came out in record-setting numbers to support him. I'm sure Tom thought it was classless, but what did Tom say do? What was his response or the solution that he proposed? Nothing. And that's the problem I have with Thom Hartmann. And that's the problem I have with all the moderate, milquetoast, mealy-mouth, neoliberal people. Now, Tom is not that bad, but it's pretty bad. But every once in a while, Tom will say something about black folks to make it seem like he's on point. The point is this. Thom Hartmann is not necessarily a champion for black America, nor does he feel the urgency the way we feel it here. While that may move us to vote for a Cornel West as opposed to a Joe Biden. But let's keep going. Let's give Tom the benefit of the doubt. The 2020 Pew poll found people's unfavorable view of both parties has gone from 6% to 1994 to 27% today. Similarly, 38% of Americans wish there were more political parties to choose from in this country. So why is it that third parties don't work in America, but they do in France? United States in 17, oh God. See, this is what I'm talking about. Dude, why put the title about Cornel West when you're talking about anything other than Cornel West? Then he takes a dump on Jill Stein and blames her for costing Hillary Clinton the election. Then he talks about Ralph Nader and blames Ralph Nader for costing Al Gore the election. All these things have been debunked on this channel. For one, Hillary Clinton, she should have won. She had a horrible campaign. There are also, 45% of Americans who didn't even come out and vote. Why come you don't blame Hillary for not exciting those people when she had so much money to do so? She had endless stores of money in reserves to get the word out. And still, she couldn't get people off the couch and excite disaffected voters, apathetic voters, frustrated voters to come out and vote for it. No! Instead of focusing, Thom, on the people that could have voted for Hillary but did not vote for her because she was not an ideal candidate to them, you want to focus on the people that 2/3 of them say if they didn't vote for Jill Stein, they probably wouldn't have voted at all. You want to say that those votes are owed to someone when the only names on the votes are the person who cast them. And then let's not even bring out Ralph Nader when 300,000 Vote Blue Anywho Democrats like yourself voted for George W. Bush instead of for Al Gore. Now, whose fault is that? Al Gore couldn't even carry his own damn state. Come on, Thom. Come on, Thom. If we want to go down in history, let's call it right. Let's call it right. What I find totally ironic is that these types of people like Thom Hartmann are the type of people that say, oh my God, I really care about what's going on with the poor and working class people. But are they really associated with, are they connected to us mentally, physically, or spiritually? No. No, they're not. They're detached as hell. And that's why they don't care what happens to us. That's why they don't. They say they care, theoretically they care, but spiritually, emotionally, and spiritually, do they care? Then why would they need to be explained to how Dr. Cornel West may not have all the answers, but the candidacy is very important if we're going to break the duopoly, the hold that's on our politics. How do you suggest we do this? And don't tell me Dr. Trump, don't tell me that Donald Trump is waiting in the rafters. Soon after Donald Trump's long gone, it'll be Ron DeSantis for another 30 years that you vote blue bastards will be using against us as a bludgeon to tell us why we got to vote Democrat. See what they do here, listen here, say. What they do is they conjure up a boogeyman, and they use that boogeyman to intimidate you to vote for them. Say. And they keep using it as long as it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So next it'll be Ron DeSantis for another 20 years, telling us how dangerous Ron DeSantis would be. Look what he did in Florida. You can't possibly want to take any chances. We could step out on a limb and get a transformational candidate who could actually bring so much life to the Green Party. Never before in Thom Hartmann's life will he see the type of life that a candidate with the name recognition of Dr. Cornel West could bring to the Green Party to create a viable third party. But Thom don't care about that. Thom's like, if you blacks don't vote for Joe Biden, it's gonna really be bad for y'all. I'm okay, I'm rich, but you guys gonna be in trouble. You need to listen to me, boy, because what I'm telling you is the honest, serious. You don't want to see what's gonna happen to you. Thom, we live in a country where the survivors of the Tulsa race massacre, the literal people, not the descendants, the literal people that survived that race massacre were alive. And they filed for reparations from their own property, their own businesses being destroyed, and their families. And people said no. But the first ever bombing on U.S. citizens were white guys, pissed off white guys, racist white guys, along with cops aiding them, who flew a plane and dropped bombs on an American town. All because those Americans that were black and they had businesses that were thriving. We call it Black Wall Street. Now, Thom, a country that is that diabolical, the descendants of the people that survived that mess, those atrocities, that type of terrorism. You want to come and tell us that we need to spin our vote a certain way in order to rid ourselves of what exactly? Of what? What are you scaring us with that we ain't already been having to deal with? Now, Thom, what you need to understand, sir, and it's okay if we have a difference of opinion. I hate to bring out the big guns and shoot you up like this, But I gotta tell you, sir, you sound detached and out of touch. Now it's okay to go amongst your liberal friends and talk about what the blacks need to do for the blacks. But we are not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. This is an opportunity to right the ship, to put an actual American, black American, not an African American, but a black American, in the White House is actually in tune with black struggle, that understands it, and also happens to be a big-time humanitarian that would care about your kids, my kids, all kids. So sort of that's a win-win. Not the people that look at black people as an afterthought, but someone who will prioritize us, and at the very least, have us matter as much. So with all due respect, Tom, I will go over the rest of your article. I'm sure it's riveting stuff as you scare and fearmonger adults into voting the way you're going to vote. And I know it's your right to use your platform to shit on Dr. Cornel West and all third parties. But by doing so, you expose yourself for what you are. A Democratic Party Pied Piper who is well adjusted to the corruption of the system and has no urgency whatsoever to change a damn thing. And I'm sorry, Tom, but we don't share your complacency, nor your comfort, sir. Folks, don't you let people like Thom Hartmann take your cornbread. I'm Tim Black. Subscribe to this channel. And remember, when you hear people like Thom Hartmann try to tell you, whether it's Thom Hartmann or Kyle Kaczynski or any of these other vote blue type people, tell them. Hashtag, it's a new day.
Extra innings are bonus segments from Tim Black's Black Table Show with the Blacks. That's Tim Black and the amazing Mrs. Black. For early access to extra innings, become a paid member of the Tim Black Show at jointimblack.com. Ain't nothing like the real thing. Baby, join today. See you there, Wolfpack.